Guess we'll do this now. See how hard it is. I don't know if I should bring a DPS class rather than healer, but we shall see. First try, we get the mount, trust. Should last longer too. Here's more of the music. Or maybe not. Here we go. Oh. Don't tell me I die, please. Oh gosh. I got this, I got this, I got this. Whoa, 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 whoa. Too much health, too much health. Ooh, that was a little close. Please give mount. Please give mount. No. Oof. A mug. Where am I going? Oh, this way. I see we are the first to arrive. No matter. Your colleagues should be here anon. They were wise indeed to keep this area under surveillance. Had the Garleans slipped by unnoticed, I dare not think of the consequences. Archon Yustola set forth for Az's law when it became apparent that the Legatus was attempting to breach the barrier, and arrived to find that he had succeeded. We must hope that he has yet to find his prize. Well met, Unu Kalhai, and thank you for answering my summons so swiftly, Plum. We shall all be glad of your presence should we meet with the 6th Legion, as seems all but certain. As you may be aware, this facility houses some of Alex's most advanced technology. Accordingly, Urianger sought to deny the Empire easy ingress by weaving a ward of singular potency. Not singular enough, it would seem. I would be surprised if the Legatus had not reached the core laboratories already. Just passing strange. I wove the ward in accordance with the most closely guarded teachings of the archmages of Charlian. Naught was left to chance. Naught. 'Tis well known that the children of Garlemald have no talent for arcane manipulation, nor hath the Empire more than a cursory knowledge of sorcery. That they should succeed in unraveling so complex a skein of magecraft, and with such surpassing swiftness, 'tis passing strange. That it is, Urianger, but 'tis a mystery for another day. Archon Yerstola has the right of it. Before all else, we must move to safeguard the knowledge which enabled the Algans to harness primal energies. Of particular concern is the Genesis expression, an aetherochemical formula that allowed the scholars of yore to create substance from nothingness. I know of no such formula. Whence came you by this information? From your enigmatic master, perchance? He did furnish me with that morsel, yes. And knowing exactly which prize the Legatus now seeks enables us to predict his position. Do you not see? We have been gifted the perfect opportunity to remove the head of an entire legion. I didn't think you quite so bloodthirsty, Umukalhai. Surely safeguarding secrets should take precedence over slaying Legatuses. Kryle's sentiments reflect my own, yet the two objectives need not be mutually exclusive. What say you, Urianger? Urianger? Forgive me. My thoughts were bound up in idle imaginings. In answer to thy question, milady, I am content to be led by thee in this matter. Right. I've enabled the facility's teleporters, shall we? You dwell on the matter of the barrier. I do. Verily, 'twas a warding spell of labyrinthine intricacy, the brainchild of the head of the students of Baldesion himself. Even the most learned Archon would require some several moons to disentangle such an enchantment. To do so in mere bells would require some preternatural power akin to the very echo itself. Really? Operate the facility terminal. The terminal has been activated. Prepare to teleport into the aetherochemical research facility. Oh. I see. Oh wait, this is instance, right? So I'm level down. Yeah, still pop them fairly quick. Oh. Press onwards, I see, okay.
In the name of the Emperor!
Oh. Go. I will stand guard over this trial. Okay. You got it. Uh-oh. After the Legatus. And still they come. Big magic. Press on, Plum. I will handle this. Alright, you got it. I have exposed the bones of their work, now to extract the marrow. Even in the moment of my triumph, you persist in your misguided crusade. So be it. I shall present my prize to the Emperor alongside your head.
Savages. Savages.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Take it easy. Bruh.
Can you withstand this? There is nowhere to run.
Whoa.
Enough!
I win, I win. Plum. The tomolith is unbreached, then. I believe so, yes. Oh. Cryo. My wounds will not slow my blade, should you seek it to bar my path. And you would slay me, no doubt, but it would be your final act. What madness afflicts you, Eorzean fools? The Emperor but desires a means to shackle the Icons and their destructive appetites. Why do you rail against your own salvation? It is not for man to wield such power. The primal energy your Emperor seeks to contain would be as kindling waiting for a spark. Forget not the White Raven, Legatus. Like thee, he presumed to wield the power of Alag and invited the calamity in so doing. This star's fate is too important to be decided by any one man, a warmongering savage, least of all. Have care, boy. You speak of my Emperor. But dying here in defense of his honor will not further his cause. Blinding light. Oh. What? Well, well, I appear not to be dead. Ow. Cryo. What? I may have cracked a rib or two, but I'll be fine, honestly. Our foes gave no quarter. Had Unu Kalhai stinted in his defense of thee, thou mayest be certain thy hurts would be far worse. I could do no less. Mr. Skyle is here at my behest, after all. The secrets of Alag are safe for the present, though 'tis doubtful the Legatus will return to Garlemald till the prize he coveteth lieth in his grasp. Then we must redouble our efforts to protect this place. Kryle and I will place additional seals upon the tomolith. Sweet. Unu Kalhai. I appreciated you staying at my side. Thank you. "'Twas not. Oh, please. It was a good deal more than that, and you know it. Now let me help you. When a woman thanks you for saving her life, the customary response is, "You're welcome." You are welcome. Ah, Urianger, are the new wards already in place? My colleagues yet toil upon their enchantments. I come unto thee in secret, that I might question thee outside their hearing. Oh, question me? I would speak with the one who undid my subtlest magecraft, he who invited an imperial legatus into this facility, in hopes of engineering the man's demise at the hands of the warrior of light. You accuse me of masterminding this day's events. Oh? The plan may have been thy master's, but the deed was thine. Thou didst lure the legatus of the 6th Legion into a trap from which he was not intended to emerge. 'Tis plain to me now that thy seeming opportunism in proposing his elimination was feigned, and that his death was the object of thy plan from the first. And you have proof of this? Thine own words betrayed thee. Thou didst speak of the Empire's desire to claim the Genesis expression, the existence of which even the learned Mistress Kryl was ignorant. Whence then did the legatus come by such definitive knowledge? And then there is the matter of mine unraveled ward. None save one possessed of an otherworldly gift could have so swiftly effected its dissolution. Know thee of another blessed with such? Assuming these accusations have merit, what then? Full many times, and oft doth the pursuit of truth lead men down darkened paths. I take no issue with thy purpose. 'Tis but thy method I would call into question. In the Garlean Empire, we have a common foe. Hast thou deigned to share thine intentions with Plum or Mistress Kryl? 'Tis like that we would have closed the trap with less risk to life and more success. I sought to use the most dangerous secrets of Allag as bait. Who among you would agree to such a reckless plan? None, and with good cause. Irrespective, thou wert remiss in thy duty to thy comrades. I note with some disappointment that in matters concerning the primals and those who would control them, the cold rationality upon which thou so pridest thyself is conspicuous by its absence. Know that the salvation of this star is an end too vast for any one of us to accomplish alone. Shouldst thou fail to entrust in thy comrades, I foresee thy actions precipitating some terrible misfortune. Precipitating. Oof. Indeed. My sincerest apologies, Plum. Urianger is correct in his suspicions. It was I who orchestrated this encounter with the Empire. I would ask thou forgive Unu Kalhai this transgression, and keep mention of it from Mistress Kryl. 'Twould be a pity for one foolish decision to wither their budding camaraderie ere it had a chance to bloom. I guess. There you are, you rotten idler. When Ystella realized we were struggling with the wards alone, she was absolutely livid. Never mind the warring triad. I have awoken Archon Ystella's tempestuous wrath. In supplicant mood shall I return at once, and there atone for mine indolence. Nice. Come, Plum, it is time we return to the Rising Stones. No, give me the quest here, please. Don't make me come back. No. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, wrong way. Once again, I must apologize for acting without your consent or counsel. As a gesture of repentance and a sign of good faith, allow me to share something of myself with you. As Urianger suggested, I possess the gift of the echo, though it is of a nature different from yours. Regardless, I would use my gift for the self-same purpose, the salvation of this star, and nothing poses a greater threat to the world than the proliferation of primal harnessing technology. This I know only too well. What I am about to divulge concerns the fate of another star entirely. On this other world, a magic was devised that allowed the realm's champions to use a stone known as Auracite to contain the power of primals. So armed, these heroic souls conquered god after god, oblivious to their weapons' fatal imperfection. Its propensity to bleed primal energies. And with each victory, the heroes changed, transforming at last into fiends of endless appetite. Insatiable in their hunger for ether, they ultimately went to war over the star's ever-dwindling life force, and fought until there was nothing left. Thus, as Urianger so astutely observed, when I am faced with those who rush to embrace power unchecked, I lose all semblance of rationality. Know that my master, too, cares deeply about the fate of the star. I am his servant, his instrument, sent here to ensure that the same tragedy does not consume another world. What? From where? Where is he from? Balance unto all. Warrior of Light, if this world is to survive, we must needs move forward with our plan. Another pillar of the Warring Triad must be toppled. The question of which has already been answered. Following our encounter with the Legatus, Arcanistola detected erratic etheric waveforms emanating from the sector containing the icon Sophia, known simply as the Goddess in former times. Such readings can mean only one thing. She is close to awakening. Let us return to Azazla forthwith and put an end to this primal deity, lest she rise again in all her terrible glory. Wait, where's the fiendish lightness? This is the Heaven's Ward. Where's this quest? Oh, I already got this one. Never mind. I'm thinking ahead. Alright. Back to Azazla. If I remember correctly, Sophia's song or music isn't that good. I'm pretty sure. It's not really catchy to me. Same with, what's the other one? Zervan? Yeah, Zervan song is not that catchy either. We'll see though. Haven't heard it in a while. We appear to be the first to arrive. Shall we await our colleagues here? Oh. Could the 6th Legion have returned? Uh-oh. Plum, Unukahai. Oh. We're under attack. Ystola and Urianger have engaged the foe not far from here. Oh? What's this? Ha, rarely the first demiurge? Rarely is my shield thus tested. Toasting the Alligans have not been lax in their recruitment. What? Think you so? Mayhap your arm merely withered whilst you lay idle. Still your tongues. We have stalled them long enough. Oh, goodbye. With scales in hand, the goddess shall arise and righteously cast off her cursed pall, that she, with wrathful Worm King at her side, might judge and thence bring balance unto all. Hear my words and despair, Alligans. Our goddess is awoken. Your civilization has birthed the instruments of its own undoing. Huh. 'Tis well that you are here, Plum. I should like to know what our assailants were saying. You want to assert their words, did you not? Oh, they weren't speaking English. I see. 'Twas a Mericidian dialect, if mine ears do not deceive, the one which beareth scant resemblance to any spoken in recent times. As for our antagonist's meaning, I do gladly defer to those blessed with the echo. The one with the shield seemed to think we were Alligans. He recited what sounded like a verse of prophecy, and claimed that their goddess is awoken. Is that about right, Plum? It is, yes. And might we assume that this deity of theirs is the very icon we've come to topple? Aye, from their tongue, their words, and their attire, 'tis like that our antagonists were Mericidian, thralls to the goddess Sophia, and victims of the Alligans' incursions. If, as Cryo claimeth, they thought us agents of Allag, 'tis little wonder that they sought to bring us low. You suggest that Sophia's servants have been liberated from their containment. Then we have no choice but to accept word of her awakening as truth. Gods help us. The warring triad have proven formidable enough when we've roused them with a fraction of their true strength. Should Sophia break free at the peak of her powers, Plum and his friends won't stand a chance. Just me. I got this. Let us be about it then. Plum, Kryl, Unokahai, three of you will make directly for Sophia's containment facility. Urianger and I will do what we can to occupy the Icon's thralls. This'll be easy, trust. Mr. Scryle, do you perchance recall the words of the prophecy in its entirety? Let me see. I believe it was, with scales in hand, the goddess shall arise, and righteously cast off her cursed pall, that she, with wrathful Worm King at her side, might judge and thence bring balance unto all. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got here.
I leave the goddess in your capable hands. Just watch out for her worshippers.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
The unenlightened come.
Oh, sweet. Just looks like
To
sandwich.
me, my faithful.
Brr. Never mind.
Come forth, scales of revelation.
Oh.
I would know the weight of your souls.
Ooh. Oh gosh.
Can you bring equilibrium? Daughter, be the bearer of my wisdom. My revelations are lost.
I don't know about that extreme. The scales might be tricky, I'd say. Ba, 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 ba. You see, the goddess is no more. When I mount from the extreme, I kept getting knocked off the edge. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is gonna happen. I might bring DPS, maybe I can burst. I see the goddess is no more. Well done. Once Kryl and Unukalheim have rejoined us, we may safely depart. One thing yet puzzles me, however. How did Sophia's servants come to wake from their slumber? I believe we have the answer to that. We discovered the remains of a Garlean soldier in an adjacent sector of the containment facility. Just like that the fool ventured too close to Sophia during the Empire's previous incursion and was enthralled for his troubles. Another reminder, if any were needed, As to the incalculable threat posed by these beings, the goddess would not even have been conscious when she claimed the man's will, and yet his mistake granted her the means to release her servants, and would have resulted in her own liberation had we not been one on hand to intervene. I do much wonder that the Icon's pawn was capable of so effectively manipulating the facility's containment systems. How came he by such rarefied knowledge? That too is easily explained. During our investigation, Kryl discovered a subtle flaw in one of the mechanisms which held the goddess in check. A flaw which had plainly been added intentionally. Upon examining the facility's records of the period, we were able to piece together the story. It was a time towards the end of the Third Astral Era when the peoples of Mericidia faced extinction at the hands of the Allegan Empire. Sophia, a being of incomparable cunning, was said to have communicated certain plans to her servants through the medium of a trusted oracle. Following the oracle's instructions, they duly conspired with a rebel faction within Alleg, who, we believe, agreed to tamper with the prison intended for Sophia, and then the goddess and her thralls chanced to be captured. Though we suspect that this had always been their plan. Indeed, the prison was situated at the heart of Alleg, and we think they intended to attack the city from within. They would merely have had to wait for the rebels to exploit the weakness in their confines. But the conspirators' dealings with the Mericidians were exposed before they could enact their plot, and all was summarily executed. It seems that the flaw itself remained undiscovered, however, and might have remained so until the end of days, had it not been for the actions of the Archbishop and subsequently the Garleans. Interesting. I cannot help but wonder what might have come to pass had their scheme been successful. Mayhap the answer lies in the prophecy. Kryl hath the right of it. Its words may be deciphered thus: the cursed Paul speaketh of Sophia's prison, from which she was supposed to emerge at the agreed hour. The Worm King, meanwhile, can be none other than great Bahamut himself, then yet a prisoner, whom the goddess did intend to unleash upon Alleg to set right the scales of justice. I see. A foolhardy plan. Had it come to fruition, the two of them would surely have razed the realm. Naught would have been spared the devastation, the Mericidians' homeland included. Their home already stood on the brink of oblivion. Mayhap they wished for naught else but to purge the poison of Alleg with primal fire. The tale teacheth us that even the greatest of man's creations may yet be brought low by a single act of treachery. The Allegans were fools to place their trust in technological bondage. To shackle such things is but to delay the inevitable. Naught save their total destruction shall free us from their menace. Let us return to the Rising Stones, and there consider the final step of this most needful task. Right. Oh. The threat posed by this facility is far greater than you imagine, Urianger, and one not limited to the Icons themselves. Sophia's remaining servants must be put down. Bleep bloop. Warning. Deactivating stasis chamber support systems will result in subject termination. Enter identification code to continue. Identification code accepted. Subjects terminated. Bruh. How does he know the code? Is he Allegan? Bruh. Zada Miss, Warrior of Light. Archon Yerstola mentioned that there was a matter she wished to discuss. Well met, Plum. You will forgive me if I seem curt, but I would settle an account with our young friend. While conducting a final sweep of Sophia's containment facility, we discovered that all of her remaining thralls had perished in their stasis chambers. This was your doing? Aye, it was. I chose to act upon the knowledge revealed within the tombstone we recovered. The true purpose of these prisons is far more horrifying than we first assumed. The Alligans were not simply observing the icons and siphoning away their energies. They were conducting experiments in preparation for a far more ambitious project. If you'll recall, both the Fiend and the Goddess were imprisoned within massive spherical structures. These spheres were the prototypes which paved the way for the successful construction of an artificial celestial body? You speak of Dalamud. Aye, the icon's cages were unmistakably the same design as the Red Moon. To be plain, the research facility contains the seeds of 3 calamities, which might feasibly be visited upon a chosen target. Eliminating one of them necessitated the destruction of the goddess's slumbering thralls, a distasteful task unbefitting one such as the Warrior of Light. Thus did I resolve to perform the deed myself. You have made your case, and 'tis apparent that we were not in full possession of the facts. Nevertheless, your notion of what may or may not be expected of Plum is presumptuous in the extreme. When the Warrior of Light chose to join the Scions, he did so in the knowledge that he would be required to face and destroy not only the Primals, but also their fanatical servants. That which you term a distasteful task is an essential part of our calling, a burden which every Scion is sworn to shoulder. True. I see. So it seemed I misjudged the depth of your resolve. No matter. Assuming I have made myself understood, we need not speak of it again. There is, however, one other subject which merits discussion. You determined that Sophia's thralls were awoken by a Garlean soldier who had somehow gained access to the containment area, did you not? If that is the case, it seems highly doubtful that the interloper wandered into such a dangerous part of this facility by chance. Dissidents within the Empire claim that the 6th Legion is rife with agents under orders to thwart the Legatus' mission by any means necessary. Lest you imagine that we have allies in Garlemald, I should clarify that their motive is wholly uncharitable. Regula Van Hydrus rose to the top of the Garlean military on merit alone, and is fiercely loyal to the Emperor for recognizing his efforts. His compeers, by contrast, rose through the favor of the established order, and would accordingly do anything to see him fail. That they would be so reckless. You truly believe that the actions of these agents contributed to the recent crisis? Aye, and that they pose no less a risk to the realm than those loyal to the Emperor. Plainly, we must needs continue to do all in our power to prevent the technologies of Allag from falling into the hands of man. On that point, at least, we have ever been in complete agreement. Sweet. I think I got the extreme and then one more to go. Let me double check. Yep, Sophia Extreme, that's that one. observe at? What's next? Okay, just check the time, and I think I should stop here. My eyes are getting heavier and heavier, so thank you all so much for joining me and following me on my journey here through these trials. Thank you so much for following as well the stream. I hope to stream, I guess, what's time? Later today when I awake, and I'll probably continue here. Hey, thank you for watching. Have a good night.